I want to talk about love because we've all been through different relationships, different situations to where you thought you loved the person or you thought that a person loved you. And love is pretty much the most misunderstood element of any relationship. So I want to break down the 4 types of love. The first one is phileo. That's brotherly love. You know, like, hey, my brother, I love you as a people, you know. The second one is eros. Eros is erotic, you know. I love the sexualness, you know, when you're having sex, you know, it give you these chemical emotions that make you think that you love somebody. The third one is stereo, which is friendship love. So how you love your friends. The fourth one is agape. Agape is the God type of love. This is the type of love that you must have to have a relationship with anybody as far as a marriage goes. You can't get married off phileo. That's brotherly love. It won't last. You can't get married off eros, erotic. That's just sex. It won't last. You can't get married off stereo. It won't last. You must have agape love. But let me tell you something. Love is not emotions. And a lot of people think that love is emotion because I get all these funny feelings when I see them or when I talk to them or when I speak to them. Emotions are only chemicals. And guess what? Chemicals in your body change every 5 seconds. So this is one of the reasons why you could be madly, or when you can think you're madly in love with somebody, and then it change. And you realize that I ain't love them as much as I thought I did. Or on the second hand, that they didn't love me as much as I thought they did. Because chemicals change. See, your eyes see sensations. You know, like you see this woman, oh my goodness, she's bad, she built, woo! And you see this man, he's sexy, he whatever he look. You know what I'm saying? And stuff changes. Because those are just chemical emotions. So this is why it's so easy to look at different people and have those same type of feelings. You know? Like you think you're in love with your boyfriend, but then you're looking at this other guy like, man, he wears that. Same thing with a man. I think I love my girlfriend, but man, sister girl over here, she a fox. It's just emotions. That's not real love. Those just are chemical imbalances. In all honesty, it's just excitement. But it's not even really excitement. It's only adrenaline pumping through your body, through the chemicals that make you feel this type of way. It's just like before you have sex, those chemical emotions are rushing. You know, if you ever have marriage to sex, those chemical emotions are rushing, and then after you do it, you don't feel the same no more. You know? It's the same exact thing. Love is not an emotion. Love is a choice. You have to choose to love someone. It's nothing that they're supposed to do to make you love them. Because if they're doing anything to make you love them, they don't really love you. So I've always liked to ask people who told me they love me, like, why do you love me? And based off the answer, it will build or destroy the relationship out the gate. Because if you love me because of something I'm doing, or if I love you for something that you're doing, you don't really love me. So that destroys your relationship. Love is understanding the value of a thing. You know? Like when you love something, you understand it, like your children. You try to understand them so you can love them and do the things that they like and make sure that you can take care of them. That's what love is. The more you value something, the more you're willing to pay for it. The more you value something, the more you're willing to pay for it. So, prime example. You go buy a $100,000 BMW, you're going to wash it, take care of it, and park it in the garage more than you did that little Honda that you only paid $5,000 for. Because you paid more for it, so you value it more. The more you value it, the more you endure it. Value is measured by what you're willing to pay for something. So when you love someone, what are you willing to pay for it? See, God loved us so much that he paid the price with his son. He gave himself up to love us. So God loves us like he loves himself, if that makes sense. So anytime that you're going into a marriage, you must love that person with agape love, which is the God type of love. That no matter what happens, no matter what you do, I'm going to love you regardless, because I love you unconditionally, not because of what you did, but just because I do, because I choose to love you. That makes sense. So what will you give up? See, women give up all the men in their life. You know, you got all these guys trying to take you out, buy you flowers, all that. You give that up for your husband, right? Now these guys didn't go away. They still at your job. They still at your neck. They still winking at you. They still trying. But you love your husband so much, you wouldn't dare look that way. Because you have committed yourself to love this man. So, as men, what are we willing to give up? And in most cases, you got to give up your mama. Because your wife should come first in your life. If you want me to be honest with you, I know you don't want to hear that. Not give up your mama and treat her bad or this, that, and the third. But your wife must come first. See, love has no feelings. You know? You have to just love a person unconditionally. So, and nowadays, women are under a lot of pressure these days, you know? Especially with Instagram and all these things that's going on in the world. They're under a lot of pressure to keep their husband's eyes on them. It's stressing so many women out so much that it's causing people to have cancer. Do your research. Stress because of brokenheartedness, because of failing marriages, because men don't know what love is today. A lot of men, I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of men don't know what love is. They full of eros. Everything they see, they want it. Them chemicals rushing, that endurance. They comparing their wife to all these other women that's superficial as it is. So you trying to make your wife do all these crazy, strange things, work herself to death to keep a certain type of body, but you fat, you out of shape, you don't take care of yourself. What is that? You got these, you know, we as men got these women going crazy trying to keep up things that's impossible to keep up because we don't know how to love. So where does love come from? You can't get into a relationship off phileo. It won't work. You definitely can't get into a relationship off eros because a lot of people get into relationships off eros to this day because you're having sex with somebody. So you think that you love them because all these chemicals are going crazy in your body and you want to keep that adrenaline rush. Sterigo won't last. Only agape, love with no expectations. That's it. Don't ever consider sex love. Because it's not, you know, and we call it making love in today's society. I done said it before. I'm here to tell you, I'm guilty of this too. It's taking me a long time to get to where I'm at. But we call it making love like you got to make it. You got to make it because you don't have it. And after 45 seconds, you don't want to talk to that person for a couple weeks. So 45 seconds of making love, then you don't even want to talk to this person no more. How does that work? Having the love of God is the only way that you can have a successful marriage or relationship with anybody. That's it. That's it. Everyone who has ever gotten divorced, including myself, they still loved each other when they got divorced. Just didn't know how to use the tools. Just didn't go into the right situation knowing how to use the tools. So, at the end, and I'm sure you've been through this, people be like, well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. You know, I really loved you, but I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. See, love is a decision to commit to another person for the rest of your life without any expectations. Can you love the person that you with like that? I just love you. No expectations. I don't expect you to clean up. I don't expect you to do this. I don't expect you to do nothing but love me. And I'm going to love you. That's what love is. Love is faultless. See, phileo love it's just mutual. You treat me right, I treat you right. You know, as long as you're good to me, I'm good to you. When you ain't good to me, I ain't good to you. Straight up. That's how I'm coming. That's how most people is. With friendships, relationships, whatever. As soon as you stop doing what I thought you, or what you was doing at first, it's over with. Eros, I give you, you give me. I give you money, you give me sex. Same thing. You can't build a relationship off that type of love. it won't last. Stereo is, I'm friends as long as you don't do nothing to make me mad or hurt me. We can be friends as long as you don't do nothing to hurt me. That won't work. The only type of love that you can build a true foundation, a marriage covenant with, is agape. So I just wanted to break down what love is, because I've struggled with this, and I'm sure there's somebody else out here who struggled with this in relationships. You know, you're tired of going through the rigmarole, tired of disappointments, tired of setbacks. Well, God gave us all these tools, but we don't know how to use them. So, being saved is one thing. Building a relationship and knowing how to use the laws that God provided us is another thing. God cares about your relationships. He don't want us to go through heartbreak and disappointment and discouragement over and over and over again. He don't want us doing all these things. So learn to love yourself with agape and learn to love your partner with agape. Don't go into a relationship if it's conditional, based off something that they do or you do. Only love that person with agape love. And I guarantee you, with both of you guys keeping your eyes on God and having agape love, you will have a 30, 40, 50-year marriage like you see these people on TV. Yeah, you're going to go through stuff, but I love you unconditionally. And that's what it's all about. So, hey, agape. Learn that. Follow that. Love like that. And I guarantee you'll have success.